Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. It's a dramatic moment, but we will be here together. Together, that's the word. We open officially the Juventus talks again. The late night Juve talks again with Juventini from all over the world. Listening about Juve, sharing about Juve. Will be a lot of frustrations. I will tell you before starting officially, even if we already started, it was not really the plan. The plan was to open the season of the lives after the last match day, to actually build a fantastic summer together with big names, with big ambitions. And we have to review the plans, because the plans can't be the same. The ambition should be the same. The names will not be the same. The way how we will look at it will not be the same. After Juventus Fiorentina, a lot of things changed. Trouble, shaky waters. And that's why I really wanted to anticipate the lives. And starting to be here, because I saw a lot of people that said, Beppe, thank you that we start the lives again, because I felt alone. I needed to vent out. I needed to speak out. I needed to go and to speak about my frustration. Hey, we are here. 365 days later, speaking again about the same exact name of last year. Last year, it was possibly Tudor out, Antonio Conte in. Today it's possibly Spalletti out, Conte in, or Comolli out. Maybe Chiellini out. Maybe Ottolini out. Maybe Modesto out. Like last year, we were speaking about Giuntoli out. It's a tough one, but we will do it all together. That's why we are here. Allora, ragazzi, I don't give up. I tell you, I've read a lot of things like I'm ashamed of supporting Juve. I will never be ashamed of supporting Juve. I will always take that black and white flag and raise it high in the air. Of course, I'm ashamed of what I'm seeing now. And that's something that I really want to underline. What we are seeing now is shameful. It is una vergogna. What these players, what this team is doing is a shame. Supporting Juve is not a shame. Congratulations to Arsenal that won the Premier League after 22 years. They were patient, huh? Mamma mia. They were patient. They have been through a lot of banter era. And finally, they serve it. So congratulations to them. Let me say hello to all the people in the chat, starting with Neven. Neven is back in the chat. I don't have a structure. So it's a free talk. It's the first session. It's a therapy all together. We speak about it, about Juve, the good, the bad. Where are we? The title is Earthquake after the Fiorentina loss. What now? So we speak about everything. I take the questions and we go with the flow. Ciao Neven, buongiorno Ryan, buongiorno Sasha, ciao Emad, ciao Shimwo, grandissimo Giannis that is there, Tognozzi again, 3 years, the same names, 3 years, nothing to be enthusiastic about, 3 years, the same things. Jimbo, Zitrone, grande Beppe Guardiola coming to save us. Calma. But we can speak also about Guardiola that just lost the title, his final possibility to win the Premier League with Manchester City, because he will also leave. Buongiorno Nicolotti, ciao King Crimson, the Gitties there, Cosmic Juicy, and the Big Lips. Ahmad Sako is there, Ahmad. We also saw Aman that was there also to open the channel with us, the live season. Buongiorno Ahmed. We had a lot of beautiful comments as well. Driss that said in French, bonjour mon ami, Ma pauvre Juve, my poor Juve. J'ai vraiment de la peine de les voir si bas. It hurts, it really hurts. It pains me to see Juve that low. I really don't understand the reason why our management is so chaotic. Well, why are we so chaotic? It's a really beautiful question. That's actually the topic of the life. Why are we so chaotic? Because it should not have been that chaotic, to be totally honest. If we are really honest, and if we are listening to the words of Damien Comolli, that was there at an event, Juventus won, and spoke out and he said, when we were absolutely not sure to reach Champions League qualification, he said, Champions League or no Champions League, we will do an ambitious mercato. Ambitious mercato, of course, you need to readapt if you qualify in Champions League or not, but the ambition is the same, creating a team that is able to compete and to win. The names are different. Maybe it will be a bit more difficult, but the ambition is the same. The objective is the same. Champions League or no Champions League. So now, after these words, we were in the Champions League. A few weeks ago, we were at +5 over Como and Roma. We were in Champions League. So it would be easier to achieve the ambition plan. Now we are out of Champions League and 3 miracles, not one, 3 miracles, 3 faraoni are needed for us to be in Champions League. I don't believe that we will qualify to Champions League, I already tell you. Of course, we will do the watch along of Torino because miracles are happening. But it will be a tough one this time. But no Champions League. We should not be in a chaos because Champions League or no Champions League, we go with ambitious plan. But the problem is that we are there. In a chaos situation. That's the reality. That's the reality. So why are we so chaotic while the non-Champions League qualification should have been planned and was already anticipated? Because something happened. And it's mostly in difficult times that we see true faces, that we hear true thoughts. You know it as well in your private life. With your wife, with your man, with your girlfriend, boyfriend, with your family, with your friends. How many times did we see and how many times did we say? It's in difficult times that we really see the true faces of people. That's where we are in. From the moment that everything started to be shaky, that everything started to collapse, well, something broke apparently, according to what people are reporting to us. Something broke inside the locker room, inside the offices of La Continassa. So let's go deeper in a second, but thank you, my friend Driss. Shatterstar 49 mesi in the middle of difficulties. There are opportunities. It's a beautiful word, and it's a correct quote from Shatterstar. In the middle of difficulty, it's difficult to see them, but there are opportunities. It happened after 2006, 2007, when we were sent in Serie B. Opportunities like Marchisio, for example, that never would have been a starter at Juve if we continued in Serie A with the midfield that we had and the ambition that we had to reinforce it. Would have been difficult for him, would have been difficult for other players, a Giovinco, a De Scelje, maybe even a Chiellini would not have received all the chances that he got. So sometimes there are opportunities. The thing is that when you have these moving waters, you need to be extremely strong, having the power to keep your ship, to keep your boat on the water. Otherwise you sink. And then it's difficult to see the opportunities and even to achieve and to reach the opportunities. So it's a beautiful one, but you need to see them. The opportunities. Grande Darius, Juve comparable to Real. Who's gonna be our Mourinho? No, Juventus is not comparable to Real Madrid, unfortunately, I must say. For a few reasons, but the biggest reason, according to me, why we are not comparable to Real. I always say Juve is the Real of Italy, in terms of the one with the most titles in Italy, the biggest club in Italy, like Real Madrid is. But to me, there is a huge big difference between Real Madrid and Juve. It's the political strength of Real Madrid that Juve never had. Well, post 2004. Post 2004, Juve lost their entire political strength, and we see more and more and more and more and more and more with all these years, Calciopoli, Plusvalenza, that in Italy, if you are not strong politically, it's difficult. That's the least that I can say. But also, in Europe, not being strong politically, it's tough. Super League, that at today, more and more and more, is just copy-pasting the Super League project. UEFA is just copying. They went with a huge, big, and large group of 36 teams, with also pot one that is playing against each other, only one game against each other, so that you have the chance to play against more teams and that it's more frequent to play these big games every season. Doing everything, let's not lie, these fifth spot qualification has not been created to help Italy, Germany, Spain, or France, or whatever other country. The fifth position has been created to guarantee Premier League to have 5 clubs. That's the reality. To have 5 clubs, and if they win it, they can even have a 6th possible club in the competition. So increasing Premier League clubs, a bigger presence of Premier League clubs. In the Premier League, in the Super League, the idea was to have 6 permanent. We are there. Enlarge teams. On top of that, what they are trying to do now is to have free games for the fans. Of course, with ads. Then if you pay a subscription, the ads goes away, which was the plan of the Super League. So you see, you turn it. People went on the streets. People went complaining the football is for the poor, not for the rich. And then you turn. They destroyed Agnelli with a great idea. And by consequence, Juve, with the involvement of La Lega Serie A, with Gravina, that became vice president for what? We know for what. We understand for what. Politically, we are not strong. So, answering Darius, are we comparable to Real Madrid? Had one bad season. If you want to stretch it, 2 bad seasons. But they are in Champions League. They have huge, big stars. They have that attractiveness that at the moment Juve do not have. There is a Daryl Hannibal that says, Beppe, I love, or Beppe. No, bro, I love your accent. I don't know where you're from, Daryl. I'm happy that you are joining us. Probably it's the first time. I have no idea where my accent is coming from. It's a melting pot of a guy that is Italian, raised in French Sicilian, that at school was learning Dutch, that on top of Italian, French, and Dutch, started to speak English, traveled Europe, speaking a bit of German, speaking Spanish, traveling a lot and being with people from Roma, from Torino, from wherever. So I take a bit of accents of everyone. The only thing is that I have absolutely no idea where and what my accent became. I don't have no idea. I just know one thing. I don't speak well English, but good enough to reach Juventini around the world. They're really saying I am a Milan fan that is living in Trinidad and Tobago. Caribbean, that's beautiful. Love it. I love it. I never been there, but I love it. Grande Jimbo. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friend. 52 mesi, 52 months for Margol. Ciao Beppe, always remember, fino alla fine. Look, yesterday, I tell you a backstage story of the new decoration of the wall. The principle is the same, but I've changed the wall that you can see here with the shirts. Up we have the two zebras. I show you. You see, you have the two zebras there, that are looking at each other. And yesterday, when I was doing actually the new setup with the shirts with a bit of history, you see Michel Platini, you see the shirt of the Champions League, all the shirts of this season. You see, I forgot to add something. The Fino alla Fine here, that board that has been signed by McKennie and Chesney. I didn't put it there because I was removing a lot of things, and my wife said, it's beautiful and everything, but where is the Fino alla Fine? And you know that it brought me to think, because for her, she was speaking about, of course, the board, the Fino alla Fine board. But when she said, where is the Fino alla Fine? Guys, it's a bit what the players should have heard before the game, before the season, before a lot of games. Spalletti could have listened to it. And we, the fans, and I will include myself, and probably I will put myself in the first line. Beppe, where is that Fino alla Fine? And I said, she's right. So I was looking in my mess because I made a mess. She was not happy. I found it back and I said, where do I put it? And you know what? Because in the past it was like here, behind me. And you could see it only when I was leaving to go to the bathroom. Now I wanted to put it in the wall that it's visible for everyone. For you, for me, that every time that I will look, I will see myself. I will see the Fino alla Fine. And also for the people from Juve that sometimes they are tuning in without writing, they are watching. So yeah, it's a big meaning, that Fino alla Fine billboard. I don't know who said that. Margol. So thank you for the assist. Grazie. 11 months for Piano Zach. Ciao Beppe. Did you see Arsenal won the league? Yeah, I said congratulations. I don't really care about Arsenal, guys. I really don't care about them. Honestly. Pavel Nedved deserved the Ballon d'Or, and that's it. For the rest, boo, I don't care. No, it was fun for the joke, but honestly, I really don't care. By the way, for the people that do, I said it multiple times, in Premier League, I don't support any team. I couldn't care less, but if there is a team that historically is a team that I appreciate a bit more, it's Manchester United. But I must say that when I was younger, I was enjoying watching Arsenal with Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Ljungberg, one of my favorite players. Mark Overmars was one of my favorite non-Juve players. Mark Overmars. So, yeah, no. Am I happy for them? Honestly, I really don't care. I really don't care. Daniel White, it will not be year 0. Next season is year -3. Okay. Bravo. Bravo, Daniel, because you just opened the debate and my biggest fear. So welcome to all the people that are joining right now, my friends. I just wanted to show you this, that at the moment we are with 43,211 Juventini of the world on the channel. So thank you for all your support, for your maximum support, even in difficult times. Let's make it bigger and bigger and bigger, because I know that a lot of Juventini all over the world are feeling lonely at the moment, and we cannot leave our black and white brothers and sisters feeling lonely in these moments. A lot of time I said, it's a curse, Beppe. You open the channel and we stopped winning. Why couldn't I open the channel before, when we were winning, when it was a beautiful streak with Antonio Conte, with Max Allegri 1.0? Why didn't I open earlier? And sometimes I'm thinking maybe it was a mission. Maybe it was my mission to be sent on the YouTube atmosphere and world to stay next to our Juventini in difficult moments. Probably the day that I will stop YouTube, Juve will start winning again, but then you will not need me anymore. No? Fabione45, thank you, my friend. I'm so ashamed of the team. Not even Kenan showed up. I'm so depressed the last days. But still fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Thank you for your message, my friend. No, Kenan Yildiz, since the last international break, has been really bad. Suffering from the knee, but in the last picture that you see him suffering there on his seat, you clearly see that Kenan, look at his left knee, look at the left knee of Kenan, it's impressive, huh? So he's not feeling well, and on top of that, it's really difficult for him. No excuse, huh? The reality is that he's not doing well. Marco, changing my name back will make more sense. Marco Goldnick. Finally. No, because guys, sometimes you're confusing me. So thank you, Marco. Grazie. And then the man of the music, Beppe to the rescue. Allora, the assist. Thank you, Alessio. The assist of Daniel was, it will not be year 0. The next year will be year -3. Do we start with I go with the questions, guys, but I agree with Daniel White that it's not at 100%, but it could be -3 years. I agree with that. Sometimes it can be good. For Juve, it's not good, because if you win today and then you have a total collapse, and after that year of collapse you say, okay, the cycle is over, we build, because we want to be back in 3 years. That means that after 4 years, you win again. No? Bah, waiting 4 years, it's long for Juventino, but Arsenal waited 22 years. Manchester United is waiting for long. I don't know when they will win again. Happened to a lot of teams. For Juve, 4 years is an eternity. But when you are already at year 6 without winning, and you go back, not at year 0, but at year -3, that means that you can possibly only win in 3 years. Which means that you will have a wait of 9 years in the best case scenario. But I agree. I agree that this is a possibility. That's what I said in the latest video. This is also why I call it earthquake. There was one thing that was comforting me, that was reassuring me. Of course, I didn't want to promise that we would win the Scudetto next year, but at least competing, because the words from every person on top of Juve were, we cannot promise the victory this year, so this season, but we can promise that we do everything that we can to go and win as fast as possible. 1. Juventus, I didn't hear any manager, any coach, nobody saying our objective is top 4. Of course, from the moment that you were out of the Scudetto race and that you were in troubles, shaky waters, then of course it was qualifying to Champions League, but that came really late in the season when the Scudetto race was over. But the main objective from July, August, September, October, even when Tudor was out, was not top 4, was competing as far and as long as we can to do the best that we can. So there was already a shift. I heard and I read a lot of time the words, bringing back Juve to victory, bringing back Juve where it belongs, going as fast as possible. I heard this a lot of time, and what was reassuring me was that we took some decision, popular, unpopular, liked by some Juventini, disliked by others, but we took one way, and it was a new structure. What did I tell you? I believe in the structure. I cannot judge if the person fulfilling these roles are the correct ones. Only time will tell. Year 1, is that the year where you can have a final judgment for managers? To me, no. You can have an idea. You can already start taking these samples that we see, and some are really bad. But you take the samples and you give time. What I was extremely confident about was everyone was aligned with one thing. We have a coach, Spalletti, that I will not lie now, has never been my favorite coach. But we have a coach that is not a stupid guy. Great CV, experience, whatever you want. So you have a good coach that is able to give identity to the team. He has been chosen. We go with him. We go with Luciano Spalletti. There is John Elkann management that is closer and closer and closer to the as presence there in Juve, in La Continassa, stepping up to stop with Giuntoli, to stop with Thiago Motta. We have a Comolli, we have Ottolini, we have all these people. Sometimes we don't even know what they do, but there was a structure, there was an idea, and we had one entire year to work on plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A, Champions League. Plan B, no Champions League but European competitions. Plan C, the worst case scenario, no European competitions at all. 3 plans. We had an entire year to prepare it. And what names were we hearing? Bernardo Silva. I told you Arda Güler. We heard Lewandowski. We heard Alisson. We heard a lot of big names. The ambitions were sky high. In terms of names, we identified what was the problem. Leadership. We needed experience. We needed maturity. Some people that could raise the heads of the people when they were down like they did, because they fell off, because they gave up on us. They gave up on themselves. We identified all of that. And now, after Juve Fiorentina, looks like Spalletti is not happy with that. Comolli is not happy with that. This is not happy with that. This one not. We are hearing Antonio Conte from one side. We are hearing about Tognozzi from one side. Spalletti that is choosing his boss. No? And there are things that I'm asking myself. We have a problem. There are a lot of things that are not logical to me. Spalletti is going and speaking with Elkann, that is telling him, oh, I don't want Comolli, but I want a new boss. The one that I took in my team when I was in Zenit. There are some things that are not really correct, no? We will speak about that, but first of all, let me say thank you. Un gracias enorme. Un gigantesco. Non so come se dice, non lo sé come se dice en español, hermano. Gracias, Hernan. Hi, everyone. Congratulations on your patience with Beppe. We deserve glory. Let's support the team and the channel Forza Juve. And Hernan, that is not only writing it, but is also showing support to the channel with the immense thank you for him, because what a fantastic support. You remember what I said when we opened the live? It's in difficult times that you see the true faces of people. Stavo dicendo, Hernan, lo avevo detto all'inizio della live, nei momenti difficili è lì che vedi la vera faccia della gente. No sé come si dice en español, es en momentos de dificultad que ve la cara verdad de la gente. Pienso que se dice así. Gracias, Hernan. Gracias, Hernan. So I did my huge, and say thank you to Hernan. Huh? I did my huge intro a bit why we could go 3 years back. Because I tell you, without stability, without continuity, what do we go for? We change, we shake again all the plans that we worked on. It's too late now, because you know what will happen. A new one will enter. Let's say Tognozzi. Best case, someone that I like, someone that knows Juve, but knows Juve from the youth level. Had his experience around the world. Honestly, it's not that he did miracles somewhere else. He went to Spain first, where he managed, I don't know what small team, and after 1 year left, then he stayed a bit at home. Now it's with Rio Ave, it's not that he did, but I really like him, but is he a guarantee at high level, at top level, instead of scouting unknown players, young, for the next gen? And also with Girona, with years and years and years of scouting, of putting networks, I don't know. let's say he comes in, he knows Juve, he arrives, he knows Chiellini, but also him. On the 19th of May, today, let's say that today there was a call. You are the new boss. Are we sure that it will work? And then I will tell you, Tognozzi, who can he replace? Answer me. In the organigram of Juve at today, Tognozzi takes the spot of who? Bravo. Bravo. Magica Juve. He doesn't take the spot of the CEO. He takes the spot of Marco Ottolini in terms of sporting director, or he could potentially take the role of François Modesto, which I don't know if he will be happy about, because that's sport. What was the role? Technical director, I don't know what. The link between the management and the team. It's a team manager plus. It's a team manager plus. That's what we are speaking about. But Modesto is not doing mercato. Or you say, you know what you do? You scratch Modesto. You scratch Ottolini à la maison, and you take one that is doing that hybrid role of doing the mercato plus being the link with the team, giving actually the total power to Spalletti, no? Because Spalletti will not report to him. But he will arrive. Let's say, best case scenario, this is okay. But you didn't solve the Comolli problem because, at today, in a club that is at the stock market, you need a CEO. Because officially, the one that signs, the ones that approves, is the CEO. You need a CEO, my friends. You need a CEO. Who will be the CEO? So, calma with Tognozzi will come and he will solve everything. Calma. Now, I will tell you something. At today, 19th of May, in a few hours, in 1 hour, at least where I live, and also in Italy, it will be the 20th of May. You know who's the boss? Who is the boss? On the 20th of May, 2026. Who is the boss? Not the I didn't say the owner. I said the boss. The boss is Comolli. Bravo, Fabione. The boss, Justin. The boss is Comolli. Because he has still the power to dismiss, to do the meetings. Sbravati, that is responsible for the youth, will go to Roma probably. There will be a promotion. Scaglia, if I'm not wrong, will be promoted by Comolli. Padoin, a decision will be taken about Padoin. Padoin could stay. Padoin could leave and be replaced. That means sacked. Who at today is doing that? It's Comolli. So if Comolli was as out as a lot of outlets, as a lot of papers, journalists were saying, you know what they would tell him? Oh, Comolli, calma, wait. Let's speak about it in 2 weeks. That's what they would tell him. Let's speak about it in 2 weeks. Because then they will never speak about it, no? But nobody told him that, so he can continue to do. There should have been this week a meeting for Bernardo Silva with Mendes. Should have been a meeting. I hope that meeting will not go through, because it's not, to me, it's not the moment to go in a meeting with Jorge Mendes about Bernardo Silva today. We will be out of Champions League. We know it, but let's wait. Let's wait for next week. But you know who can go in that meeting? It's Comolli. So at today, he can or he cannot. Last year, and you know it really well because all these steps were explained here on the channel, Federico Gatti and Weston McKennie were about to extend their contract with Juve. They didn't. They didn't because Giuntoli had everything ready. Everything had ready. But internally, they blocked everything and they said, wait, we wait until the summer. And you saw what happened with Giuntoli. Yeah? You remember Hazel? That was the commemoration of Hazel last year. That was the day where Giuntoli was out. But until that day, he was managing Juve the best he could, but he couldn't finalize everything because everything was on hold. At today, I can tell you that nothing is on hold. Then that doesn't mean that Comolli will stay. That doesn't mean that Comolli will stay. It's a chaos, Gianni. It is a chaos. You are tired. I am extremely tired about it. So that's what I wanted to answer. We are missing a real president. Mi piange il cuore. Look, I have met President Ferrero multiple times. Honestly, yeah. I spoke with him. Well, last time I was in a meeting with him. I show you. Some people, they will not believe me. Wait. Look, we were in a meeting last time. Can you see it? We were in a meeting. There was President Ferrero. I'm not lying to you. I met him a lot of time. I spoke with him. Fantastic person. Fantastic person. Really kind. It's a smart person. Huh? Guys, don't believe. Huh? Smart person. Great person. But we must be aware that when he was appointed at Juve, it was for a different role. It was to save Juve from all the outside world. And today he's taking care of the board of directors. He's not a sporting president as the one that we were used to as Andrea Agnelli, and he will never be that kind of person. If you tell me that now we are out of the shaky waters of the sporting justice, of the Super League, of the plusvalenza, of all these kind of things, and you tell me, Beppe, is it now time maybe for Ferrero to pass the torch to someone that is taking care of the football world? I will tell you, yes. I ask nothing more to see the one that is behind me in the wall, Michel Platini, becoming the president of Juve. Don't know if it will happen. Don't know if he will say yes, if he wants to or not. So, yeah. But that void that we had of that sporting figure with big power should have been Damien Comolli. Should have been Damien Comolli, supported by the ownership with people that were reporting to him. Today we see something totally different. We see a change of coach with a coach that is starting to have more and more and more and more power, where the coach is starting to complain and not be happy about the one that should be the one that is on front of the stage, the one that should be not with name, but the CEO of Juve that is taking care of the commercial side and the sporting side. So, not by name, not by name, but, I mean, not by role, sorry, but by acting. Damien Comolli is the sporting figure that is acting as a president. But apparently it has not been appreciated. He entered probably with an arrogant way of saying, I will do myself. And I don't need immediately a sporting director because I want to do, because I know better. Because what he's asking to Luciano Spalletti is going in conflict with what Luciano Spalletti is requesting. Because Luciano Spalletti is 67, because he has the experience of training in Italy, because he's a difficult person to manage. And then people from Inter, I see them in the chat. I don't know if they are young or not, but we know that Luciano Spalletti is an extremely difficult person to live with, especially when he's in this kind of crisis moment. Then it's up to us. Ryan, please, can you please on earth respect other people or just ignore? Last time I was about to ban you permanently. And I must say that Saraz has been extremely kind because you were calling him an idiot. I've seen the message, and he has temporarily banned you. I can tell you now, and now because you are here since 5 years, I believe, on the channel, Ryan, the next time that you're speaking about people like that, I put you out. But forever. Create another account. I don't know what you do. But, there is Saraz that is working his ass off to report all the news in the Telegram group. That is always there together with us in the live session. He's never speaking a word bad, respecting everyone. And you go and you insult because you're angry because we lost. You have an Inter fan that is coming and correctly, is making jokes about Juve because the moment is that Juve is in a difficult moment. Did he offend someone? No. He said I would give a lifetime contract to Damien Comolli. He's trolling. Like in the history of Inter, it didn't exist back then, but probably a lot of Juventini. Not me, because I never go on other channels to mock them. I speak about my own team, but like other people, like you probably would go on the Inter channel mocking Moratti. That's football, guys, as long as it's respectful. Now, Internazionale fan 1908, you are welcome here. You can troll, I have no problem. But also for you, be respectful for the other ones, because otherwise it doesn't work. It comes from two ways. That being said, can we speak about Juve instead of Beppe doing il papa? I don't want to do the papa. I want to speak about the chaos that is at Juve, guys. I don't want to be here doing lessons. I have already a son that on the 21st of May will be 18. And you believe that I need to raise other. I did a good job, I must say. Today he's still a child because he's 17. Tomorrow he will be a child. Then, on the 21st of May, he will be 18. I must say that as a father, I did a great job. I'm extremely proud of him. And also me with my wife, we did a beautiful job in educating him. Ragazzi, my job is over. I will not have another kid. So, please, guys, ragazzi. Allora. No, auguri the 21st, not today. Today is still a kid. So let me take away that because I'm starting to be warm and I want to speak about a lot of things. No, in 1 hour and 40 minutes, it will be the 20th. No. The 21st is the birthday of my son. So tomorrow. Wait, let me take that away. it was starting to be extremely, extremely hot. So, and I answered about the president. So, Mr. Presidente Ferrero, fantastic guy. Do I want Michel Platini at Juve? Yes. As easy as that. I agree. Cicciolino. Thank you, my friend. With all these internal problems going public now, who would want to join? Bravo. Bravo, Ciccio. What a fantastic, smart comment. The Juve that I was used to, they were washing their dirty laundry at home. So, that's one of the things that annoyed me so much. When I heard Spalletti speaking, some people were saying Beppe, but it's out of frustration. I totally understand it. There was, to me, one breakup with Antonio Conte. That was the coach of La Renaissance. The one that brought us from twice being 7 to winning and opening a cycle. To me, it was not that famous image when one day after the resuming of the season in training camp, he went in front of microphones saying, I leave you in the shit. That was not the moment where I started to dislike Antonio Conte. My problem with Antonio Conte started the second season already. Back then, I loved the first season. The second season, he did great, huh? We won fantastically on the field. Actually, he did not that bad in Europe. Not until where we should have gone, but not that bad. But the problem is that in front of the microphone, he started already to speak out and to blame, and he was already not happy, and this and that. Where I said, oh, Antonio, no, you have problems? You speak internally, not in front of microphones, not in conferenza stampa, especially not you. You were a player of Juve. You were a captain of Juve. You come from a Serie B experience that didn't go well. You come from an Atalanta experience that didn't go well at all. And Juve is giving you a chance. Yeah, you won in 1 year. Bravo, fantastico. Don't omit and don't forget the fact that without a new stadium, without Pirlo, maybe you would not have been in that situation. Maybe you would not have that career. But that's where I started to be annoyed. And also, the same as Spalletti. You have a problem, you speak inside. Look at Mourinho, for example. But then he started to be a bit old. But Mourinho has always... That I don't like Mourinho, ragazzi. But Mourinho, to me, is one of the smartest communication person on earth. Mourinho never attacked his club. He attacked the other. Then when he left, he speaks really bad about Tottenham. But everyone is speaking bad about Tottenham. But Mourinho, until a certain point of his career, when he was at his peak, he spoke about the other ones. He attacked the other ones. He blamed the other ones. He was attacking Juve. And Mourinho doesn't care. If he could have gone to Juve, he would have done it. And then he would have attacked Inter. But he didn't speak bad about the other ones. I will read a message of Alex in a second, but then Nerazzurri from Canada, 7799, is telling me, can Inter fan be on your channel? Absolutely, you can. Of course, I said it to Internazionale. But, guys, I'm honored. Honestly, I'm honored to have a lot of Nerazzurri fans here on the channel, because that means that we are trying at least to deliver quality. And then, let's be honest, Interisti, they can even be in their moment of glory, no? And Juve could be in a banter era, banter era, we are. But that banter era, the worst result will be the first time in 15 years where we don't qualify to Champions League for the very first time on the field. In 15 years. Can you imagine? That's our banter era, which is pathetic, which is disaster, which I'm absolutely not proud about, which I'm ashamed about what is happening now. But that's our banter era. But even in our banter era, and the moment of peak of Inter, they are here because they will always be jealous about the biggest team of Italy. Always. But absolutely you're welcome. Absolutely you're welcome. Alex Juve. Thank you my friend, I think that Spalletti will stay. He still needs a full training camp, etc. But what will be the dynamic with these players be after missing Champions League and lack of brain and heart? Look, here you're opening a new chapter, my friend. You're opening the chapter, Alex, of... And now? Because, let's say, we continue with Comolli and we continue with Spalletti. Let's say that. Handshake, we are best friend, we have great intentions. Spalletti is asking for some players. Comolli is trying. Comolli is saying, oh, but my job is to be the boss, not to listen to all what he's asking. But I will try to help him with characteristics. Then if I see some, I will go for them as well. And John Elkann says, no. Listen to the coach, full power to him. So, Comolli becomes the servant of Spalletti. Let's say that everything is going well. We win the Scudetto. Bravo Spalletti, fantastic. Everyone is happy. Bravo Comolli, you were able to serve Spalletti. Spalletti was able to make them work, and it's fantastic. Bravo. Forza Juve. But let's say it's, and probably it will be like that we are not winning, that we start having a difficulty. Comolli will say, oh, you told me to make him happy. I didn't want these players. I actually didn't even want to continue with the coach. I make him happy. It's not working. It's not because of me. At the first 2 losses, you told me. I said no. You told me to. In the other case, Elkann is saying, oh, Comolli is the boss. Spalletti, you just signed with us, so you listen to Comolli, no? We win the Scudetto. Bravo Comolli, fantastic. Bravo Spalletti, you were able to work with the material that was delivered to you. Bravo a tutti. In case it's not working, Spalletti will say, oh, I wanted a striker. I didn't receive a striker. I needed the midfielder. I didn't receive the midfielder that I want. He wanted Kessié. I wanted Fratesi. Because of Comolli, not because of me. Chaos. Also because, let's be honest, would have been much more comfortable doing it with Champions League money in the back. Because then you can go with ambitious, with big names, and you can go with this, and you can go with that, and you can have activate your plan A. Without it, you will need to be creative. And creative, attenzione, because from what I hear, the names of Spalletti are Spinazzola, Fratesi, Pellegrini, Bernasconi. We are speaking about these, guys. While the other one, until the day before you of Fiorentina, he wanted to bring you total different players. So we must pay attention. We must really, really, really pay attention. I think, like Alex Juve is saying here, you will need to take a decision. Or you go with Comolli, or you go with Spalletti. The danger, what is the danger of confirming Spalletti and putting Comolli out today? After what happened? After the words of Spalletti. The danger is that Spalletti choose the next, I don't know, boss. I want to work with him. I want him. But how much power did you give to Spalletti then? If it works, it's good. If it doesn't work, what is happening? If he doesn't choose the boss, and at the first difficulty of the team, an injury that is not replaced, etc., etc., I don't like him. I go to John Elkan. John, not happy about him. Out. That's the danger that you are creating. Now, the last coach that tried to put a manager out who was it? Allegri. Allegri lost the battle, no? So, at Juve, usually, when you are trying to do these attentats, these coup d'état, I don't know how you say it in English, coup d'état. State, boo. How do you say coup d'état, guys? Help me in English. That's the problem, huh? Coup d'état, the same. No. Guys, apparently it's the same.
Coup d'état.
Wow. It's the same. It's smart, Mbappe. Hey. But usually when you're trying to do this coup d'état, I will say it again. Usually when you're trying to do this coup d'état, it doesn't work. Usually. Let's see now. I'm really curious. I'm telling you, I'm curious. Huh? Really curious. Driss. Thank you, my friend. Juve. Recent management model is the problem. They are recruiting players who are not suited to our playing system, and that limits the player quality and potential. My English improved thanks to you. Now, don't listen to me, Driss. If you want to improve your English, don't listen to me, please. No, I don't think that's the problem. You know what's the problem? That we are changing every single time. That's the problem. We are changing. Every 6 months, we change a coach. Allegri, Thiago Motta, Tudor, Spalletti. Who knows who will be the next one? Because today we are speaking about Conte. Pay attention, we'll open the Pep Guardiola topic in a second because I see that that's one of the names that you are putting out here. So, we change coach every 6 months, like Moratti was doing 20 years ago. Not only the players, but also our management is changing every year. And then you go with one that has an idea to sell everyone and to go with a total new team, and to do so he's selling all the youth to have some cash. Then the other one said, I know, but we need to invest in the youth, so don't sell them anymore. But then we go with and at the end you go with a melting pot of financial restrictions, financial fair play. You have this. You have people that were hired or signed for some coaches, for some philosophy, for some agents that were friends with that one and that one. It's a big, huge melting pot. So it's not the model of management that is wrong. It's the fact that you are changing it every 6 months or every year. That's the problem. And this is why I'm telling you, I would not, and I know that I'm taking a risk and that I'm extremely unpopular, I would not put Damien Comolli out now. You know when I would put him out? At the end of next season. If really doesn't work, can it go worse, guys? Can it go worse? I don't know. So, to me, ragazzi, what we are doing is we are repeating. We are repeating the same mechanism. And then we are saying, but we don't want year zero again. But we are creating year zero ourselves. We are asking ourselves to go back to year zero. Because we don't, what didn't we like? Openda. Voila. Because he's doing algorithms. Ragazzi miei, dai, can we stop now with that story of algorithms, or we will believe eternally in the story of algorithms? Do you really believe, but seriously, between you and me, you believe that Damien Comolli, he just arrived at Juve, he has a mess of piles of problems, of dossier, of Giuntoli that already made some deals for Conceição, for Thiago Alberto, I don't know what his name, I don't forget these names of these Portuguese people that comes in and out, Alberto Giuntoli, what, I don't know. You really believe that he comes, he said, attenzione, allora, wait, because this is what people think. Luis Alberto, bravo. Up, I take the computer. Allora. The password. Voila. So according to some people, Damien Comolli, he started here with wait, guys. Voila. Okay. Here. I made the list of algorithms. Here, I need a player by preference male, position striker, cost between 0 and 100 million, available fast, can run. If he can score with a header, it's a plus. Openda. Bring me Openda. Guys, ma dai, ma ragazzi, do you really believe in these stories? Ma dai. When you're telling me Jonathan David, I told you I don't think it will work, but Jonathan David, Giuntoli was on Jonathan David. Like Comolli is arriving at you, he said, we are here in the shit financially. But we need a striker. And probably we need two because Dusan Vlahovic is about to leave. What do? We take the striker that is good, that showed good results at Lille, in Canada, and we take him for free. Do you really believe that he typed in, I don't know what codes and words and keywords to fall on Jonathan David that was on the list of Giuntoli? No. Ragazzi, the list is available, is for free. We don't have time. We need 2 strikers because Dusan Vlahovic will leave. At the end, Dusan Vlahovic says, I don't leave. Because he had no offers. This is the reality. He wanted to go with Colomwani. Colomwani, Paris Saint-Germain said, oh no, you waited too long and we don't want. We don't care about the money. Give us 60, give us 70, or you don't go with the player. Damien wanted to show strong because from Toulouse he went to Juve. He went too strong. He overestimated the power of Juve in a difficult moment. So, arrogant, strong, ego, he said, no, we wait and we will win. Paris Saint-Germain said, we will win. Unfortunately, Paris Saint-Germain, they can win at today and Juve cannot win at today. That's the reality. Is it sad? Yes, but he tried to be strong, to be king, like he won with Bangula and Wea. He didn't win with Colomwani. Last day of the Mercato, what is free? Agent, do you have a player? Openda is there. He's a good player, Openda. A lot of people were happy here. Here, I didn't even do the welcome live for Openda because I said this doesn't come well. Openda, he will not work at Juve. I didn't do the welcome video. I knew it would not work. And I like the player. That's even the worst thing. I knew it would not work. Do we blame? Absolutely we blame him for that. Of course we blame him because it's a mistake at the end. But all in all, that story of the algorithm, ragazzi, you know when the algorithm would possibly start to be in action? From now, and not for Bernardo Silva. For Bernardo Silva, you don't need an algorithm. For Bernardo Silva, you go on transfer market and you go on the list. Who are the free agents season 26, 27? You filter by value, you filter by length of contract, and you say, Mamma mia, Bernardo Silva. I can do it as well. I don't need the algorithm to find him. No, the algorithm would come with names a la Mingueza, for example. I don't know if Mingueza is strong. I don't know if he's weak. I don't know if it will work at Juve. But Mingueza is a player that you say, oh, never been linked to Juve, comes from another market, is strong in this, is strong in this, is weak in this. You want a backstory? You want the backstory about Mingueza? Free player, everything was done. At the end, Comolli, Spalletti, they were not happy. They didn't have the same opinion, and nobody comes. And I will stop there. I will not even tell you more. Andy Golding, Pep Guardiola 27-28. Leave me alone, Andy. Leave me alone because I started with the Pep Guardiola project in my mind, and unfortunately I will hurt myself. Now, because to me it's logic. To me it's logic. The problem is that it will not happen. Because it will not happen, my friends. Because it will not happen. Juve must sort out their shit first, internally. If not, you cannot. It's not even the money. The money is also a little problem. It's also a little problem. But it's not even that the main reason. The main reason is, look at the mess that we created because we lost against Fiorentina. Look, we have one huge big disadvantage versus Premier League. In Premier League, if you don't qualify to the next but do you hear a drama about Chelsea about whatever team there. Big Six, how much they have big teams? I don't know. Do you hear drama if they don't qualify one season to the Champions League? You don't hear drama. Of course, you see the trolls of the fans. Because there will always be the trolls of the fans. But that's normal. Banter, you're trolling, you're laughing, you're mocking. But do they go in total flip mode, in total panic mode, in total No. Because 1 year, because 2 years without Champions League for them, it's not a problem. They have that much broadcast revenue from Premier League, plus sponsorship, plus this, plus this, plus this. Even if they go in second division, they have more money than the winner of Serie A. Then at the end, they can plan. They can already plan without counting on that. The Champions League qualification is an extra bonus to them. It's not a survivor mode. In other leagues, La Liga, Ligue 1, Serie A, that's a huge big problem. Because you cannot plan too much ahead. Because if you plan too much ahead and things are going bad, like for example this year, you are F, and that's the reality. And that's the reality. Look at how chaos it is because we don't reach Champions League. But it is not normal. I know we are suffering. I know the music is nice. But that's the only thing, because then you play on Thursday. You need to travel more. You have 30% less revenue from the stadium. You will probably not participate to the next Club World Cup because you are a club that never participated to Champions League. And when you do, you are out in playoffs. What else? The sponsorships, because you have sponsorship with Jeep, you have sponsorship with Adidas, but also all the little sponsors, they will say, but the exposure that you are giving us in Champions League is one story. The Champions League the exposure that you are giving us in Europa League is another one, because prime time is on Wednesday, not on Thursday. You see what I mean? So, and this, because there are clauses in the contract. There are clauses in the contract. So, no Champions League, revenues of the stadium. Because when you are playing on Thursday, that means that a lot of time you will play on Monday. Follow me in what I'm telling you. Monday. When is it easier for people to go to the stadium? Saturday at 8:45 p.m. or Monday at 8:45 p.m. Serie A I'm speaking, not Europa League. When? On Saturday. Thank you for the participation in the channel, in the chat, guys. Thank you for answering my questions. Nobody's answering. Nobody's answering. Thank you, Hernan Juve. At least Hernan is participating. There were one person Saturday, but of course it's Saturday, my friends. So what does that mean? Because people, they don't think about it. Because we are not in Milano. In Milan, you open the doors and you will fill the stadium anyway. If they are not in protest, they will go to the stadium. Because you have tourism, because you have a lot of population, you have a lot of working people. Even actually on Monday it's even good, because a lot of people, they travel to Milan on Monday and they come back on Wednesday, so they go to the stadium. For us in Torino, this is a fantastic, beautiful city, but you don't have the same flow. It's a lot more difficult to fill the stadium on a Monday. So what is happening? You put some prices. On Monday, you see, because first you have access for the members, so the people with a yearly subscription, then you have the member cards, then you have the fan clubs, or reverse, and then you have open ticket. If you see that you don't sell enough, you are forced to decrease the ticket prices, which is good for fans. but it's problematic for Juve. I can tell you. Algorithm Comolli. 30% less revenues of stadium. 30% less revenue of stadium. Just like that. I have absolutely no idea why I was telling you that. For planning ahead. For planning ahead. Which means that with all, in all, we are in a chaos situation. So you cannot go to Pep Guardiola telling him, Peppino, we want you. Realistically, Then the logic, because I saw Julian Dos Santos that was writing Beppe, but even the logic is not really logic. The logic says, you are Juve. You go to Peppino Guardiola and you say, Peppino, look, we want you. Let's bring back together Juve at the top of the world. Well, what do you want? What do you want? I tell you here. I have a pack. I have actually 11 packs, guys. I have 11 of these packs. I have 11. I will not open all of them. I will just open them. Peppino. Listen, and then I will read Hernan, Matthew, everyone. So don't go away, guys. Are we at peak? We are not at peak yet. We are only 371 people. Let me check here. Did we increase? Yeah, we increased. And then I show you. What do you want, Peppino? These players. You want these players inside? We will open them. We open them or not, guys? The request. We open them. These will be the request of Guardiola for Juve, okay? I don't know how many there are cards. How much? Let me check. There are 12 cards. There are 12 cards. If we think that at least 7, so one more than 50%, we can sign them for Pep Guardiola from these cards, from the requests, that means that Pep Guardiola will say, yes, I come. If we cannot, that means that we cannot go for Pep Guardiola. So I repeat the game. I have 12 cards here. There are 12 cards in it. I will open. If Pep Guardiola asks for these 12 players, and if we say, okay, we can guarantee you at least 7 of these players, it means that Pep Guardiola will come. If we cannot, it means that we cannot take Guardiola. We open. The first request of Pep Guardiola, I promised you it's true. You see that my hands are not moving. My hands are not... The first request of Pep Guardiola for season 26-27 is... I promise it's not a joke, guys. Are you ready? The first request... It's a long time ago. Can we put again? The first request of Pep Guardiola for the new Juve 26-27 is Lamine Yamal. Oh. I knew that you had high expectations. This one is huge. Huh? Oh, mamma mia. Okay. We have on 12, guys, on 12, we can say 5 times no. Huh? We can say 5 times no. Calma, Bep. So the first one we say, I think we say no. It's impossible, guys. It is impossible. So the first request of Pep is a no. Okay, we put it here. The second request of Pep Guardiola is how do you see it's a player from Athletic Bilbao. Player from Athletic Bilbao. I have no idea where you can see the position. It's a defender, apparently. Yeah, it's a defender. Defender from Athletic Bilbao. We are speaking about Daniel Vivian. Is he good or not, guys? I have no idea if he's good or not. But this is weekend, no? Can we go on transfer market, guys? What is the value? Transfer market. We need to make smaller here. Vivian. 26 years. Center back. We need a center back. 184. Value of 25. Right foot, because Bremer will leave. Now we go. We go with Vivian. Bravo. Okay. The third request of Guardiola is, without any suspense, Zeno de Bast. Belgium center back. I liked him. I was expecting a bit more from him, but I must say 22 years. Right foot as well, so we misunderstand how or not. Zeno de Bast. Can we say yes to him? What is the value of Zeno de Bast? 30. 20. Bravo. Okay. We go with Zeno de Bast and Vivian. Guys, I just tell you that. The fourth request of Pep Guardiola is a special card. It's a golden card. Wow. It's a Chrome Award winner. I don't even know. Maybe it's worth a lot of money and I don't know. Wait. It's a striker. It's a striker from Atletico Madrid. No, it's a striker from Atletico Madrid. Maybe we can do a swap with Nico Gonzalez. That's the request of Pep Guardiola for our strikers. Okay, guys, now you need to decide, because you know that we can say 5 times no. 7 times we are forced to say yes. At the moment we said yes for Fabian Vivian. What was the name there? I don't remember. Daniel Vivian, and we said yes to Zeno the Bast. We said no to Lamine Yamal. Guys, yes or no? Yes or no? But it's not we like or we don't like. And do we think that we can do it? Alvarez. Pay attention because you will decide, guys. Huh? The value of Alvarez is a cazzo. 90 million euro. Can we, be realistic, guys. Can we put 90 million euro for Julian Alvarez? Rad is writing yes in La La Land. No, Ed, no. Unfortunately, no for Jan. Andy Golding swap Milik for Alvarez. It's impossible. So we must say no. So we have 2 yes, 2 no. But pay attention, huh? We need to go a bit faster here. It's a beautiful card, huh? Look at the beautiful card. It's really a beautiful card. Is that worth some money there, these kind of cards? I didn't touch it, huh? It's not signed, but it's a special card. I like that. It's a really beautiful card. Chapeau. Okay. Now we have the 5th request. The fifth request. Are you ready, guys? We said no. Huh? We said no. Huh? So we can say 3 more times no. 990. It's good money. Huh? Are you ready? The 5th request is Harry Kane. Guys. With all the respect, it's a beautiful card. It's a Magic Memories. Becomes first Englishman to score 10 goals in a Champions League campaign. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful card. Guys, unfortunately, we must say no. Huh? It's the 3rd no. The 3rd no. 3rd no. Oh. I continue, guys. We have another one here. Are you ready? This time we are speaking about... What position is he? He's playing at, again, Sporting Clube de Portugal. We have a great connection with them, apparently. We have a great connection with Sporting Clube de Portugal because we already signed Zeno the Past, and now we have another one. There is the price. Oh la la, that's beautiful. There is even the value of transfer market. Apparently, they are saying 8.5. Is that normal? I don't think it's. Wait. No, it's another sort. How much center backs does he want? It's another center back. This time a left foot eye makes sense. Bravo. He wants the left foot, so we have the pair. We have Zeno the Bast and Gonzalo Ignacio. I say yes. Okay, guys, we sign him. We have 3 yes, 3 no. Pay attention for the next one. And here, my friends, we put the music on. Feasible or not feasible? I hope that our friends are still there. Huh? Nerazzurri, are you there? Pay attention. Attenzione. Nerazzurri, tell me if you're still there. Because you will not be happy with that one. He's not there. It's playing on the left. Maybe we can do a swap. Pep Guardiola is asking for a player on the left. He's doing a lot of crosses. Pep Guardiola is asking for Federico Di Marco. Special card. Man of the match wild card. I have no idea if these cards are good or not. I'm just opening packs. We do, yes, guys. Yeah, we can satisfy Pep. Oh, we give them Cambiaso. We take Di Marco. It's a win-win. No? Oh, you're saying no. Pay attention. Pep Guardiola will not come, huh? We don't know what are the other cards. I told you, pay attention, huh? No, but people are saying no. You're crazy, guys. What do we do? Yes or no? Pep Guardiola is that we already have 3 no's. So that means 2 more we can say no. Up to you guys. I will now. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. It's a lot of money, huh? Don't forget that. Huh? So, BC, give Pep what he wants. Yeah, but we also must be realistic. Lewandowski and Yamal and Julian Alvarez, it's a bit expensive. If Pep say it, no. Nerazzurri is saying no. He's there. He says no. Nerazzurri says no. I will read the other comments, Roberto Gallo, etc. in a second. Let me finish that one. I will try to go a bit faster. So, okay, guys, we said no. People are saying no. We say no. The next one. Are you ready? It's a player that is playing at Stuttgart. He has double citizenship, if I'm not wrong, but it's playing for Germany. Striker. Is this possible, guys? Is the friend of Kenan Yildiz, if I'm not wrong, huh? Oh. Guys. Undav. We go. How much does it cost? Let's see, because if it's 100 million, we cannot. Undav. 22 million euro. Yeah, we do. This one is yes. Yes, okay. So at the moment it's 4-4. Okay. Unfortunately, attenzione, because he wants also to buy Bologna. No, this one we put here. We don't care. So 2 more players. He wants to buy Bologna. Okay. He wants. I have no idea who that guy is. Frankfurt midfielder. Of course, we needed a midfielder. A midfielder for Frankfurt. Him. Elias Shkiri. But I will not do difficult, guys, and we sign him, no? If he wants him. Is he good? Alessio, 25.55. What are you saying? No, guys. We need to satisfy him. At the moment, we have only how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have no opportunity to say no, guys. We are forced. We can. Oh, it's not expensive. Let's make Pep happy. And then we have the last one. He will be decisive. It's another midfielder. Of course, we need another midfielder. If you say yes, Pep Guardiola come to Juve. If you say no, he goes with the piles of no, and then Pep Guardiola doesn't go to Juve. Prepare your fingers. It's a player that is playing at Aston. It's a midfielder that is playing in Premier League. He's playing at Aston. Wait. Aston Villa. Keller saying it has to be a joke. Pep Guardiola is asking explicitly for the one and only Yuri Tillemans. Guys, okay. We go with Pep Guardiola's request, where we said yes to. Undav, tell me now, okay. Please tell me now, because then I need to read the messages of Kiksbocci, of Roberto Gallo, etc. Tell me now if you think that our team is reinforced with Undav, Gonzalo Ignacio, Daniel Vivian, Zeno de Bast, Elias Shkiri, and Yuri Tillemans. Don't forget, we are playing Europa League. Yeah? Because we said no because we couldn't afford, or because we were playing Champions League, we said no to buying Bologna. We said no to Di Marco. We said no to Magic Moment Harry Kane. We said no to Special Card Julian Alvarez. And we said no to Yamal. I don't know why I spent a lot of time doing that game. Did you enjoy it at least? It was funny, no? So let me now read a bit of comments because I was late. Andy Golding, I read. Stavros, Bianconero. Thank you, my friend. We lost 50 people with that stupid game. Road to Frankfurt. Where do we play next season? The Champions League? The Europa League. Google. Final of Europa League 2027. Frankfurt. We can go. Allora, Matthew the Sicilian. Thank you, my friend. The idea of replacing Spalletti with Conte cause he's upset about players and not think Conte will be 10 times worse about complaining is crazy. But no, of course, absolutely. Conte would destroy everything. No, but to be a bit more serious now. By the way, I have the book. I have the book. I will just put them. Oh, look at that. I hit even more. Wow. Wait, I put them in. It's a game. Play, pitches, and rule. What are they speaking about? Apparently, it's a game. I don't know. Wait. But I have here. I can put them in. The cards. Let me put that special one here. And I will answer you about Antonio Conte. Wait, where do we put them? Eccolo. Protected live immediately. But there is a special card, guys. There is, because I received like 2 packs like that. Okay, the normal ones that I showed you. Okay, but I received a special one. Do we open it now? I would love to open it now with you, but I have no idea because there is a special card with just special. Do we open it or not? I will not open all the other packs, because I told you I have a lot. You see, I have really a lot of packs, but it's not sponsored. I tell you, it's not sponsored. So don't expect I'm not sponsored at all. But you want to open them or not? Yeah? And then I will continue. Wait. This player here is what Comolli is promising to Elkan, to Spalletti, to Chiellini, to Ottolini, to Modesto, and to all the tifosi. That he will bring that player. There is apparently, I think you told me, only one player here. It's closed. If this player is a player that we all appreciate, whatever the price, can be Yamal, can be Lukaku, can be Bastoni, can be Pellegrini. If we appreciate the player with the big majority, Damien Comolli stays at Juve. The destiny of Damien Comolli will be here. Here. There are 3 cards inside. This is a card apparently with gameplays. We don't care. Which means that there are 2 cards. Yeah. There are 2 cards. I will make a poll. I will make a poll. Okay. It's quite simple. You pick one, left hand or right hand. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. You have no idea. You have no idea. You vote now. Left hand, where Michel Platini is, left hand, right hand. Right hand, left hand. There are 2 minutes. When the music stops, the suspense music, you are able to hear the music. When the music stops, that's where we close the votes. 150. 145. Left hand, right hand. I repeat for people that are just entering, Damien Comolli is bringing us one player. If everyone agrees that this can be a fantastic name, he stays. So the future of Damian Comolli is in your hands. You choose left or right, and you have 1 minute and 7 seconds to do it. Vote, vote, vote. Juve finishing right hand. Nino Slap is saying left. Left for Bernardeschi, says J. Right for Mbappe, says J. Right, Mbappe. Left for Bernardeschi, says J. Is he right or not? Paolo is saying Pep. We don't know what is there. The right way is right, says Clovis. Right for Valverde. Donnarumma is there. Where? And left for Pep because he left. Attenzione, Jan wants the left. You have 19 seconds to do it. Vote, vote, vote. Left or right? I will stop the vote in 4, 3, 2, 1. I stop the vote now. I put again the hand in the air. You have voted for the left hand. You have voted. So I keep it there. Which means that you guys, you decided that you didn't want You see why you never have to listen to the Tifosi. You see why you never have to listen to the Tifosi. We just say no to Mbappe. We just say no to Mbappe. And to Esther Exposito. But sometimes you have a second chance in life because instead we went for Erling Haaland. Attenzione! What a striker. Our Erling Haaland was about to come to Juve back then. Okay, let me read the comments, guys, because then I will close. I knew that this season would be exactly the same as every single year. You know what's the problem? I always say I do 1 hour of live and we stop. Every year I cannot stop. This was a good game, huh? This was a fantastic game. I loved it. Matthew the Sicilian, we read? Yeah, we read. Grazie, Matthew. Nerazzurri, we read. Hernan Juve, Spalletti stay, Comolli Modesto out, e torna Andrea Agnelli e Paolo Montero al spogliatoio. So the offer of Hernan is Spalletti stay, Comolli and Modesto out, torna Andrea Agnelli. So Andrea Agnelli is back with Paolo Montero in the locker rooms. Look, if you bring me Andrea Agnelli, I do everything for you, Hernan, everything. Matthew, thank you, my friend. All I'm asking for is signing a few players that actually know how to win, that will not accept the immaturity in the locker room. Well, I ask the same, and if you're following, as you do, the Mercato videos that we did here for years, or for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, we always were targeting these kind of players. Can we still go for it? The risk, because you like it or not, guys, You like it or not, the algorithm, I have them here. He sent them to me. The algorithm of Comolli. The names are there. Bernardo Silva and Son. So if you say goodbye today to Damian Comolli, all his works, all the names, arrivederci. And then be happy with Pinamonti. Be happy with the contract extension of Dusan Vlahovic. Instead of, who did we take? Instead of Erling Braut Holland. Marco, grandissimo Marco. I feel ashamed that I made you wait so long. Bep, I'm convinced that the players lose this game and Verona on purpose. Some of them know they are leaving and just didn't play. What do you think? No, I refuse to believe that. A player that would intentionally say, if we qualify to Champions League, it means that they will sell me. If we don't play Champions League, they will keep me. So you know what? I will play against. That some players are maybe paying attention because the World Cup is there. That could be. That some players were maybe, I don't know, looking for not playing the Torino game. That could be. Intentionally losing because they want to stay, that goes beyond the imagination. No, I read that theory somewhere. I read it already, but no. I know that we don't have examples of mature players, but no. But Di Gregorio didn't start losing against Verona and Fiorentina since the beginning of the season. It's mental. You collapse. No. But that some players decided to not play the game against Torino because they are thinking at the World Cup. That can be. I know. Because I saw some players that they were putting a bit they were looking a bit for that yellow card. Or maybe am I totally crazy? Or maybe I have a bad maybe I'm looking too far into it. Maybe I'm going with conspiracy theories. Because what I was watching at a certain moment is there were some players, they should have received 10 yellow cards before. Anyway, let's move on because otherwise you will make me angry. Kickboxy Europa League top 8 and at least quarterfinal brings the same UEFA coefficient points like our run this year in Champions League. I would take it seriously. We are Juve. So you go to top 8. You reach at least quarterfinal. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But who cares about the I mean, if you are looking for Club World Cup, yes. But except of that, it doesn't bring the difference in money is huge. It's not the coefficient points that will give you food on the table. You know what I mean? I understand now what you're saying, but today I was looking on Telegram. I think we have put it. Maybe I can find it here. Guys, wait, huh? Look, I was looking at this today. Yeah, top 8. I don't know, huh? Leverkusen, Benfica, Sporting Braga, AZ Alkmaar, Olympiacos, Rangers, Fenerbahce, Real Sociedad, Pot 2, Marseille, Ferencváros, Victoria Pilsen, Midtjylland, PAOK, Union Saint-Gilloise, Sparta Praha, Sturm Graz, Lech Poznan. In Pot 3, Crystal Palace, Brighton above, under and below, Bournemouth, NK Celle, Omonia Nicosia, Lask, Nice, Como, Celta de Vigo, Hoffenheim, Apoel Beersheva, FC 24, NEC Nijmegen, Sint-Truiden, Trabzonspor, Aris, FC Thun, and Mjölby. I guess if you're looking at that, honestly, I'm not sure about top 8 at today with the team that we have today. I cannot guarantee that you will win easily against Benfica or against Leverkusen or against Fenerbahce in Turkey. I don't know if you win against l'Olympique de Marseille or against Brighton above and under or against Bournemouth. I don't know, honestly. Crystal Palace. I don't know, honestly. Como, we saw it this year. We lost twice. So I would stay calm with let's win easy. Top 8, quarter 5. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's not to scare you guys, or it's not to, but to what they showed me this season, I don't know. Yeah, of course, if Comolli will bring us Erling Haaland, yeah, then I can tell you that we will do. But honestly, I have no idea. Honestly. Roberto Gallo, I remember when Chiellini had an interview with Roy Keane and Neville, and what scared me the most, he could not answer how to get Serie A back to the level. My question, how does the league recover? Roberto mio. You cannot bring Serie A back to the top. You cannot. You cannot. Today, they they anticipated the transfer market. Listen really well to what I'm telling you guys. Today they anticipate the transfer market to the 29th of June. So instead of starting the 2nd of July, they anticipated to the 29th of June. You know for what? Because thanks to that, it will be easier, or actually no, it will not be easier. It will allow the Italian teams to be able to do plusvalenza. So if you go back to my tweet of today so that it's explained well. So, Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio anticipate the opening of the transfer market to the 29th of June so that it allows the club to do plusvalenza before the closure of the books of the 30th of June. Okay? So we don't open the transfer market session earlier to anticipate the other clubs, for example. Anticipate them so that we can become stronger. We can reinforce our teams. You are faster because you can than Premier League club. You know, like in Turkey, they are opening their transfer market later. Saudi Arabia, later. Why? Because then they go with some deals that collapsed here and there. They can still grab them. Because they are thinking not about the financial aspect. They are looking at reinforce. When everyone vote and all the competition is gone, we still can go for players. Well, we anticipate so that it allows the clubs to do plusvalenza before the financial book close. Juventus has been taken away immediately, without hesitation. Boom, we need to punish immediately. Taken away 15 points during a season, given back these 15 points, taken away while we were warming up 10 points at the end of the season when it was already over, with clearly said they must finish under Roma, and then forcing us for a plea deal to say we don't participate to European competition season 26-27. Because of plusvalenza. Here they are anticipating the mercato so that clubs are doing plusvalenza. But how do you want on earth that we recover? How on earth do you want us to recover if this is the system that we are in? If you do plusvalenza, you are taking away 15 points, and you can say thank you that they didn't send you in Serie B. A few months later, you have Carnevali, that is the sporting director of Sassuolo, that is saying in front of the world, oh, Roma has some problems because they need to do plusvalenza before the 30th of June. We are an Italian club. We will help them. He's not saying we will reinforce our team. We found a good player from Roma. We will sign him or we will sell him under the price because we want. No, he's saying we will help them so that they can, because we are an Italian team, we want to help them. While Juve has been sent, there are 3 players sent to Lille fictively, and we are still not knowing what is happening because their plusvalenza was okay. Juve, they are put in minus 15, no European competition, a financial impact loss of 130 million euro. That's what are we speaking about? And you're speaking about recovering Serie A. We cannot recover Serie A. We cannot. The only one who tried to do something to save Juve, and the impact would have be saving potentially Serie A and other leagues, has been banned from football. And we are still paying the price for it. So, what do you want Chiellini to say? He knows that we cannot. I saw some people saying, but Ronaldo has been signed to win the Champions League. No, take that fable away. This is a fable that you are telling to the kids to make them happy. Cristiano Ronaldo was not signed to win the Champions League. Then, of course, if you win the Champions League, that's great. If you do it with Ronaldo, it helps that you are thinking, we can win the Champions League with Ronaldo. Of course, you're thinking about it. But the main objective was not. We signed him to win the Champions League. By the way, there is no club on earth that is signing one player, how big he is on earth, because they will guarantee you to win the Champions League. You cannot promise to win the Champions League. Look at Paris Saint-Germain, Messi, Neymar, Mbappé, and Pepe, and GJustjuve, and we don't win the Champions League. Then they go with Doué, Hakimi, and Mayulu, and Kvaratskhelia, but especially Mayulu. And they win the Champions League. So you don't know how it turns. Why did Juve bring in Ronaldo? Because at the time we were the kings of Italy and we were already playing Champions League finals, 2 in a few years. Unfortunately, we lost them because that's the story of Juve. But we brought them because the Italian roof of revenues were reached, were hit. You couldn't do more because television rights, they were already increased, or they were already at the max. They were already signed because it's not every year that you're selling your television rights. You're signing them for a couple of years, okay? So everything, you had the television rights that were there, the shirts. We already have the biggest fan base in Italy. Everything was already at the max because you were winning Scudetto after Scudetto after Scudetto after Scudetto. So what did you need to do? Going abroad, going global. And Cristiano Ronaldo opportunity comes here on a silver plate and you say, Mama, maybe we are not 100% ready, but that's the opportunity to do it now, to go big, to go wide. And that's what we did. And the first year, it worked. And you have a COVID that comes in the middle, which, bam, nobody could expect that. Because at that time, we already invested in a women team. We already invested in the second team that was the youth league, the next gen. Look at today. A few days ago, we didn't even mention it on the channel. We just bought. Not only we took over the management, not only we took over the rights, but now on top of that, we just signed a deal to buy the immobilian, how do you say, the hotel. 23 million euro asset, boom. So the building. So that's why Ronaldo was brought, to increase the revenue streams abroad, because in Italy it was already reached. Because in Italy they don't buy the shirts. I mean, they buy the fake shirts in front of the stadium. Andy knows, because he goes often to the stadium. He knows. Kikshibocci knows. A lot of people that go, you know how it works. And when you go to Benfica, the stadium is full red in Portugal. If you go to Sevilla, the stadium is full red. If you go to UK, the people are wearing the shirts of their stadium. Go to Fenerbahce, they wear the shirts, the color of the shirts. The stadium is beautiful. In Italy, we don't care. But it's not only Juve. It's like that. Unfortunately, it's like that. So the roof is hit, and you need to find creative solutions. Limo, Beppe, bigger than Comolli and Modesto. On YouTube, probably yes. In the football world, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But thank you, Limo. Really appreciate it. Nerazzurro, we already read. And then we have the last message. Then it's 2 hours and then we can close. Matthew the Sicilian. Should we actually take the funny part? Guardiola, we take it, we cut in and out, and we make a standalone video for the people that didn't watch. It could be nice, no? I don't know. What do you think, guys? Was it a nice segment? I think it was a nice segment. Matthew, grazie, amico mio. Beppe, I'm going to make you think. In your opinion, is the best striker in the world and the best striker for Juventus the same person? But the best striker in the world, if this is the definition, then he should be the best striker for the world. Means for Juve, for Milan, for Real Madrid, for whatever team. If it's the best in the world, it's the best in the world, no? The best striker for Juve could be... Look, Trezeguet was not the best striker in the world, but he was the best striker for Juve. You see? He was the best striker for Juve because of the partnership with Del Piero, because he was good where he was, because the coaches understood him, they played for him, with him. So no, not necessarily, but by definition, the best of the world is the best of the world. So if you're not able to let, I will tell you like that, if the best striker of the world is not performing in your club, it means that you were not able to find a way to let him become also the best striker in your club. But then on the reverse, not necessary, because the best striker for Juve could potentially be not the best striker in the world. So no, they are different persons, to make it simple. Ragazzi miei, we will close. Dumbia, you want 5 minutes of free fast questions if you want players or whatever. For example, Dumbia, really close to, by the way, Sporting Lisbon. Of course, we just signed from them the Basten Ignacio, so that's over. Opinion about McKennie cancelled goal. Look, to me, and that has always been my theory, to me, if you touch a player enough to unbalance him, it should be a foul. But from a striker to a defender, but also from a defender to a striker. So, cancelled goal in our case, or a penalty if it was reverse. If it was a foul on McKennie, it would have been a penalty. Because when you are at full velocity, for example, full velocity, a slightly touch can unbalance you enough to fall. In the box, a slight touch can be enough to unbalance you. Okay? That's my theory. And I believe that a lot of people that played football on the field, they know that if you are about to jump and someone is pushing you, hey, you cannot jump anymore. So to me, it would be correct. But what makes me angry is that for Juve it's like that we cancel immediately without even waiting, doubting. There is no doubt. There is immediately a whistle. Immediately. Then they do a check and they speak and they say, no, there is a clear push is unbalancing. While we saw with other teams, sometimes against us, and it was in our disadvantage, sometimes with other games, in the favor of other teams, that sometimes they tell us that you need strength when you're putting your arm, which McKennie didn't do. Sometimes they tell you that you need 2 arms, because one is not enough. So, depending on the shirt, depending on... they change the narrative. And if we continue like that, what is correct, what is not correct? Because then it's really, like the meme of, there is a meme about the cartoon, when he's in the car and he's looking at the different color of the skin. There is a kind of meme like, what I mean? But this is what we are doing, huh? You are black and white. Then no. If you are black and blue, yes. If you are blue, depending on the other ones, if you need to, maybe yes, maybe no. It depending if you have a bit more blue, yes. Yeah, Peter Griffin thing, yeah. But then it makes no sense. Sometimes it's handball, sometimes it's not handball. If If it's at the 20th second of the game, then it's not a foul because it's too early to give a red card. But if you are doing it, if it's 14th minute, Juve Empoli, and Milik is doing a foul, then it's a red card. And some other games, now it's a bit too early to give a red card because, no. To me, it should be consistent for everyone. So if I am telling you, I think he's unbalancing, but every time they are telling me, no, it's not enough, then it should not have been disallowed. But you clearly see it immediately at the reaction. Then I must also say, in that specific case, Juve and McKennie were stupid. Because there is the whistle of the referee, and it's okay, it's fine. We're happy. But do you think that Inter would have reacted like that? Roma with Mancini, do you think that they would have reacted like that? First of all, Mancini would have gone to the curva of Roma. He would have gone there. We would have taken away the short, not the shirt, the short. He would have taken away the short. He would have done like that. He would have celebrated like crazy, even if he heard the whistle. Then he would have come back. In the meanwhile, they would have checked with VAR. The entire Roma team would have been around the referee. Same for Inter. Would not even. They would immediately go with gestures, with touching and doing. They would tread and things like that. We whistle and we say, okay, it's good. Like if it's a friendly against Reggiana in the beginning of the season. But you guys were. But if the coach then is saying, but we were not playing the game of our life. Yes, it was the game of your life. Yes, it was the game of our lives. If today we are in that situation, it's because we didn't interpret it as the game of our lives. And that's the problem. And it's at all levels like that. And then there is I think it's already the 6th or 7th Interista today that entered the chat. If you're asking to all your other friends that were here, I think that we are, or at least here on the channel, we are extremely other clubs fans friendly. And I've never spoken about the episode of McKennie before today, which is the 20th of May now because we passed the hour. I didn't mention a single time the episode of Weston McKennie. Then if there is that question, I'm telling you that to me there is a fall. To me there is a fall. Unfortunately, it's not always like that. And I can tell you that I've go to the stadium as well and I watched all the games, a lot of games of Serie A, and it's the consistency that is missing. But I didn't speak about Inter in that case. I spoke about consistency of decision. Today you don't know what is a red, you don't know what is a yellow, you don't know what is a handball, you don't know what frame they are using, plus or minus. You don't know. And when they go and speak at open VAR, they are telling you today this and tomorrow the exact contrary, and nobody cares. They are creating confusion. It's really annoying. It's really difficult today to explain football. Extremely difficult. Then if you have kids that are entering the lives and they are not open for debate, discussion, and they start crybaby, because this is a typical reaction of a lot of our Serie A cousins. When you try to speak, crybaby, stop crying, or you're bald, you have no hair, which honestly I'm extremely happy about. That's a bit part of my charm. If you are happy, you're happy, ragazzi. Anyway, that was the end of today's live. we kicked off like that. I would love to do a bit closer, a bit shorter in the future. I know that I will never be able to keep it short because we love to speak. We love to speak. Let's see. We will have I tell you, we'll have a long summer, a really, really long summer. Guys, did you watch the? And so we close then. Did you watch some of the World Cup episodes? By the way, I'm working for Sweden. That should be up tomorrow. Did you watch a few of the World Cup episodes? And if yes, which one was your favorite right now? And don't tell me because of the country, but just the video that you enjoyed the most.
It's time.
Julian watched Portugal for sure. You didn't watch the Curacao. Apparently, the Curacao has been really, really enjoyed. Alex, he wants to do Ecuador. But I had someone for Ecuador, Alex. If he says at the end, no, he can't, then I will tell you. Curacao, enjoy. You see, a lot of people loved Curacao. Shiraz loved Belgium. Only watched Belgium, Alessio. Portugal for Nini Baranto. Belgium with Celine Department. Bravo, David. You didn't watch Portugal yet. I only watched Belgium. You know that the lowest one in views is first Panama and then Belgium, I believe. All the other ones are doing quite well. Curacao and Colombia. I enjoyed really Curacao. I enjoyed Panama. By the way, Jan, that is here in the chat, we already recorded Czechia, which let's see if I can do it for this week as well. Finally, I found someone for France, but I didn't record. I will record next week. Netherlands said yes, but we can't find a date. Someone told me for Iraq, but we don't find I don't know if I will be able to do all the countries. I'm a bit sad about that. Juve annoyed me. I tell you the truth, Juve annoyed me so much. I was really in my flow. 5 episodes per week, editing, recording, looking for people that I couldn't. I was on top of my game. I was on top of my game. And then Juve, they destroyed my mood. You can't even imagine. Mamma mia. Bravo, Julian. Yeah, but he told me yes, but... France, I'm happy. France, I'm happy that I found someone. USA the same, USA the same. Go on his channel. Go on his channel of Hajj and you say, record Iraq with Beppe. Go there and you tell him. Panama was nice. Germany was the first one. Morocco. But it's really different, and the cultures, the way of speaking. Some are content creators, some are fans. So honestly, I recorded how much? 14 videos out of 48. And I really enjoyed all of them recording. Nima. No, I already recorded, by the way. I already recorded Iran. Iran I already did. So the next ones, let me tell you, that will be uploaded. I will try already to start tomorrow again. Are Sweden, Argentina, Norway, Iran, Czechia. So there are 5 more already recorded and already done. Then, of course, I need the rest. I already had agreements for Mexico, South Africa, USA, the Netherlands, Egypt, France, Iraq, Jordan, and England. But all these people, then they disappear. Grande. Ooh, look at that. Mattia, grandissimo. That became also a member of the channel. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Grazie, Mattia. Oh. Ah, indeed. Federico sent me a contact for Japan. I didn't contact him yet. No, allora, I already recorded Iran, not with Nima, because guys, we know it. It's not my friend, okay? So no, he would not accept it. I would not invite him. He's doing his thing. He's happy. I'm doing my thing. I'm happy. You know, I never mention him, speak about him. So it's not even a topic to me. Doing good things for the Inter community, we do good things for the Juve community, so it's not even impossible. But that being said, Iran is a country that qualified for the World Cup, and as the other 47 countries, I treat them exactly the same way. I enjoyed Curacao, I enjoyed Belgium, Portugal, Morocco, and I enjoyed recording Iran fantastically well. You know that on the channel I don't do politics, I don't do religion, I don't do gender, whatever thing that is. To me, we speak about football with, if possible, Juventini of the world, otherwise with calcio lovers, with football lovers, because you know what I believe in? To me, there are good people everywhere. There are bad people everywhere. 48 countries. I don't do 47. I do 48. If people, because of belief, because of where they stand, they don't want to watch a video, this is not me that I'm choosing. But I do. No, guys? My opinion, huh? Then, oh, guys, you know that never I try to influence you on believe this, think like that, do like that. I can share my opinion about football. The rest, it's really up to you, guys. I told you, my son will be 18 on the 21st of May. I tried my best with my wife to educate him in a certain way, with certain values in life. And there are things that he believes in, things that he doesn't believe in. He's having his own way of thinking, and sometimes we agree, we don't agree. But I did my best. But I cannot do it for 43,218 people. That's not my job, huh, guys? Unfortunately, I'm also not delusional. I'm not crazy. I know that, unfortunately, politics are in football. And I always say it should stay away from football. It is not like that. Football is politics. But I try to do what I believe in. I finish with a two. Apparently, you don't want me to go to bed. So Sosi, grande Sosi, thank you, my friend from us. Because you are waking up. Yeah, I forgot about that. When we close, the other ones are waking up. Sosi, she would push for Conte or continue? Should we? Should we push for Conte or continue with Spalletti for next season? Jumped on late, so not sure if you've jumped. Yeah, we already spoke about it. To me, Conte is no. At today, at today it will be a no. If I can choose, if you give me the choice, no, for multiple reasons. The decrease of the gameplay of Conte, the frustration accumulated in Conte as a man, the refusal to join Juve last year after having an agreement with Chiellini and leaving us in the S because he can't handle two competitions, and that you play Europa League or Champions League, you're still playing two competitions, or three with Coppa Italia. Because we know how it is after after one season, we'll start going totally crazy. So to me, it's absolutely no. Then, is there still, and I will be honest with you, so that Sarazi will write down before going to bed. There is still 100. No, mamma mia, 100. No, there is still 1% of me inside of me that loves Conte. That 1%. It's small. It's really small. It's really small. But at the contrary of a lot of young generations, I've seen Conte playing as a player. I've seen him being our captain. I've seen him being our coach. So I saw everything from Antonio Conte. So there is that little 1% that is still loving Conte. And I'm extremely convinced about it. That the day that they will tell us Antonio Conte is coach of Juve 27, 28, 26, 27, 2031, 2032, I will be happy. I know. I don't. It's against logic. But guys, I don't want him. Everything logic tells me no. I don't want it. I want to keep him away. It makes no sense. Then he will come back, and then I will say Forza Conte. But I'm like that, guys. My rational says no. Today, my heart says no because he hurt my little heart. And then he will come and I will say, va bene. Some people are saying, Beppe, you are fake. You said no. And now you say yes. And you change opinion. And it's not being fake. To me, this is football. This is life. It doesn't exist for me. It's black or white, and I support Juve, but it doesn't exist only black or only white. To me, it's a melting pot of emotions, of changing opinion, and sometimes it's yes, and sometimes it's no. And Vlahovic, when he doesn't score, I want to take him out, and then when he scores, I'm happy, and I say extend him, even if I don't believe what I'm saying, but because that's the thing. Then we do a moment of reflection, and there are moments where we are really serious and I will not change my opinion. Antonio Conte today, if you ask me to do the plus minus column, I will have 99 problems for Antonio Conte, reasons to say no, and there will be one to say yes. Pep Guardiola will not go to the Azzurri. He will not go to the Azzurri today. By the way, if you want some fast news, it's a battle between Allegri and Conte for La Nazionale. That's it. There is no Pep Guardiola. Some people, they love to tell you these stories, and then they believe that you know what Pep Guardiola was asking, He was asking for Mbappe for these kind of players. Buonanotte a tutti. Bonucci? Pay attention to Bonucci. A domani. Where is the stop here? Not as a coach now, Not as a coach now. Calma. But you know that Bonucci, petit à petit, step by step. That's the ultimate objective. Pay attention in these kind of things, but suddenly you will see Bonucci popping up from nowhere. Write down. I said it to Saraz. I said it in March already. Bonucci will be the coach of Juve in the next 10 years. This will happen. I can already write it down. But that doesn't mean that he will not be there somewhere at a certain moment, wait.